Hello and welcome to another Morbid Day video. So today we're going to be talking about the Quilted Tabbies. I happen to have two at the moment. They're both in the 26 size. I have mine's in the black with silver and the chalk white with the brass hardware. So those are the two that I have. Now these came out, or not came out, but they were showcased in the Coach Spring 2024 runway show. Ever since then, I stocked them, and mentally it felt like I went through like a process to get it. Lo and behold, I ended up finding them at a boutique with a great sales associate, and the rest is history because we are here now doing a 3-month update review. So here is one of those beauties, and here is the second one. Like I said, same size, just different colors. Now, something that I do want to preface at the time of making this video, they have officially been released, because when I got these, they were like a trial run kind of thing is what my sales associate called it. Like it was just a pre-sale before the actual sale when they actually pushed these out. And that happened yesterday on the 25th. Recording this today, it's the 26th. So I saw them online. They dropped on the 25th. As of this morning, they are sold out in some colors. I believe the creme de la creme piece that everyone's looking for is the black with the brass hardware. This is a silver, and I don't even know if they make it in the silver in the 26 size. I've seen them in smaller sizes, but I'm not 100% sure. But that's kind of really interesting. People were really loving the black and the brass, and I think that's awesome. I do have my notebook with me. I've prepared some notes. I like how the first thing that I wrote on my notes in like exclamation point is that these bags are very soft. All right, I'm gonna keep it 100%. I don't know squat diddly about leather. Through this new obsession with handbags, I've gotten to know a little bit more here and there. I'm starting to like recognize certain terms, certain leathers, yada yada. But even then, I don't really know that much. This is Napa leather, and the one thing that I can't say, it's super duper soft. You can kind of see it in the light. Hope it focuses. Oh, there we go. It's super soft. You can just see the squishiness. It's very buttery. It's like, it just has that great quality feel, luxe feel to them. And I love that about these. So I know these have been compared a lot to the Chanel ones, the Chanel, I believe, classic flaps, or like that quilting that they have. I've never felt a classic flap. I've never owned one. And I know those are made from, I believe it's caviar leather or, let me double check. Yeah, okay, lambskin leather or caviar leather. Those are the two options you get. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really curious and would love to compare the feel of a lambskin versus the Napa. But yeah, this is a great, inexpensive, and even though it's taking that quilted look in the tabby form, I still feel like Coach manages to do their own thing, regardless of the aesthetic, that quilted aesthetic that Chanel kind of has a grip on, right? So I really think that this is a great price point, especially because Chanel likes to do price increases. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it's twice a year, or at least once. Definitely once a year, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100%. Don't quote me on that one. I think that this is just a great alternative to that. It's a very, comparatively, I think that this is a great price point because it goes for $550 USD. Another thing that I have written down is that because of the nature of the leather and being so soft and squishy, and in the Napa, I've noticed that they tend to, they can easily damage. I've already damaged, not this one, but my quilted heart bag. To be fair, that wasn't really me. It was me because I left my bag out. My pets got a hold of it. I think they were like chasing each other, and they managed to step on the bag, and with their claws, they managed to scratch that bag. It's bad, but it's not the worst thing ever. Like, I can still use that bag. You really have to like look So far, there's no damages on this one. You probably won't be able to see it, but I do know there's like a scratch right here. And so, yeah, I feel like these are the types of bags where you might have to be a little more careful with them, especially because of because of who she is, what she's made out of. But even then, I do want to mention that I do have the leather cleaning conditioning kit. I think this retails for like 35 USD. Oh, actually something funny. I hardly use this one. This one's almost full. But when it comes to the actual conditioner, this I'm starting to run a little low on. I feel like I've already used a third of this. It's like somewhere down here. So this has been really, really helpful, especially with the Napa leather. I tend to condition this one a little bit more just so it has that nice, buttery, soft touch. One thing I will mention, the black one has that soft feel, whereas the white one doesn't have the same type of feel as the black one. I don't know why that is. Like, it's soft, don't get me wrong. It's squishy, you can see it. But something about it is just the texture is a little different from the black one. And I think it has something to do with the fact that it's like white. And I tried this with my husband. I covered his eyes. I gave him both bags. They're both the same size, so I covered his eyes, made him like feel the leather, and I was like, which one's softer? He ended up going with the black one, and I was like, yeah, my suspicions are correct. But don't know why that is, but I have a feeling it's probably the fact that it's in white. So I don't know. I've been using a lot more conditioner on this one. I'm trying to get it to get there. And I feel like with time, she probably will. I think she'll get to the point where the black one is, but she just needs a little bit of work, a little bit of massaging, if you will. Ooh, okay. So these actually fit a good amount. I actually ended up wearing the black one yesterday. She's kind of packed right now, but a pro of this bag is that it fits a good amount. So that's a pro. Now, a con that I've noticed after 3 months of usage, and something I didn't really pay attention to in the beginning, is actually the straps. The metal hardware, I think, is impeccable. I always ride really hard for Coach's hardware. Something about it is just really, really heavy. It's really nice. But I can't say the same for the leather woven through on this. It feels kind of plasticky. I don't even know if this is actual leather. I hope so, but I'm not 100% on it. But I trust Coach enough to be like, this is probably leather, but it just feels kind of cheap. And there's always one that's kind of sticking out. I don't think I have this one. Oh, I found it. It's not the biggest deal, but there's always one thread that's just sticking out more than the rest. I guess I can always pop it through. It's not that big a deal, but it's just something I've noticed with my time with it. Something I need to preface with the chalk white one specifically is that I've yet to see color transfer on it. Now, I do use the black and silver one a little bit more than the chalk white with brass, but even then I still have used her a good amount of times. I've yet to see any transfer. She's still in like that pristine white color. She looks the same as the day I got her. So that's pretty good, but I will preface with the fact that I tend to not wear denim with this. I don't wear anything that's a dark color that has not been like washed and worn, so that there's no color transfer on this. So I tend to, like I've said multiple times on this channel, I tend to baby the bags a bit. So no color transfer yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's like something that probably could happen, you know? Because she is a very, very light color. I think that brings us to the end of this review for the tabbies with quilting. Well, my 3-month review for my tabbies with quilting. I would love to do a 6-month and a 12-month. We'll see. I might end up even just forgetting about it, but I would love to do like like updates here and there on these. Now that I've gotten the 3-month review out of the way, I will say the other day I ended up popping into the boutique store. It was kind of an impulse thing because something that I didn't know was coming was the 33 size in the quilted line, the quilted collection. I don't even know what to call it. But yeah, this was kind of an impulse thing because I knew there were the wristlets, I knew there were the 20s, I knew there were the 26s, like all that, and I've seen all the new colors. Nothing really piqued my interest. And I did make a wish list video to try and keep myself in check, you know, in line. And then I caught wind that there was gonna be a 33 size, and that definitely piqued my interest. I was like, what? We're getting a bigger size than this? That is insane. So I had to pop in. I told my SA to put one on hold because the rate that these were flying off the shelves, I was like, okay, well, let's just put one on hold just to be sure. The 33s aren't going at the same rate though. I've kind of noticed. They're still in stock. So we'll see though how long that'll last. You never know. But yeah, I went in. There was the 33 in the black with gunmetal. So it's all black. I do love that one a lot. Although I have so many black bags, I didn't want to add another black one in my collection. And then I saw the blue and gray one, and I was like, this is a really pretty color. I've already seen that color before in the 26 and the wristlets in the 20s. They had them already in their like pre-sale before these like actually officially dropped on their like website. I've seen them before. So when I saw it in the 33, I was like, I do enjoy this color. I never gravitated towards it because I don't know if it would fit anything in my wardrobe. I tend to stick to neutrals, but even a blue can be a neutral. And it's like a gray blue. But anyways, long story short, I ended up really impulse purchasing the dusty blue one. And I'm gonna bring it out right now actually. I've yet to even unwrap it because I'm still kind of like, iffy. I'm like, should I have done this? But I'm really gonna give it some thought. I'm gonna unpackage it, but I really am gonna give it some thought. And I do want to compare the 33 with the 26s. Anyways. So here's the bag. It's even still wrapped. Usually with a bag, I cannot wait to get it out of the box. But with her, I've left her in there. Been like mulling it in my mind. So let's open her up. I've never been able to cleanly get the sticker off. That's wild. She is so big. When I'm carrying my 26s, I'm just like, oh, they're like a good size. This is like, I'm pulling her out. She's huge. Okay, let me compare this to my head first. Big size. Yeah, she takes up a big chunk of the screen. It is because we're sitting kind of close, but all right, this was a hefty one, especially weight, size, price. This retails for $725 USD. Now, something I'd like to point out is the buckle or the C. It is in that leather, depending on which ones you get. I think the black and chalk white come with the metal. If you have like a color one, it comes with that leather buckle, which I've yet to have. So, you know, something I would love to know is if the buckle is the same size. And looking at them top to bottom, I don't think they are. I think the 33 has a much larger buckle. And that's kind of a shame because I'm a big fan of actually the C's being in the metal hardware. Something about it I think makes it look a little more refined than the leather, personally. So I was like, okay, if I know that I'm not the biggest fan of the leather C, but I was like, maybe I could swap it out because I know the tabbies, you can swap out the C's. And I was like, maybe I could do the same with this, but I don't think I'd be able to. This is definitely a lot bigger. So something to keep in mind. And it does have the leather woven through. Still feels the same as the 26s, the leather does. The hardware, great, it's great. just have a huge flap in the back. Oh my gosh. Could I fit my Kindle? Okay, I feel like a lot of people kind of own Kindles, but let's see if it would fit back here. Oh my god. I was hoping this wasn't gonna happen, but the fact that it holds my Kindle back here is just kind of everything. I don't know. Now I don't know. Okay, something that I find very interesting. I have seen a review on the 33. I've seen like one video review. And I remember in that review, the closure would get stuck a little bit. And I'm kind of experiencing the same thing. Where, see, like right now, it's like, it's kind of hard to pull out. The 26s are flawless. You just snap it, it closes, it's easy. The 33 is having a bit of difficulties. You kind of have to get it in the right spot a little bit, which is kind of annoying, I will say. Oh. Okay, I'm just emptying it out. It's got the same vibe as all the other ones. It's got that front flap in the front. It's got the two main voids, main compartments. And then it's got that zipper in the middle. And in the back, what I just noticed, it has the little flap. And it has an actual like snap closure. So like, okay, that's definitely new with the 33. Now I'm trying to feel her out. My black one's still the softest. This one's definitely close to being as soft as the black one. The white one's still, I think, the rougher one, surprisingly. I don't know why that is. So the consistency of like its softness isn't all there. And that's just me, you know? Okay, now I definitely want to try her. Here she would be, oh, crossbody. Crossbody is very interesting. It sits a little bit higher than my hip. My hip is down here. She sits like right above it a little bit. Whereas these 26s sit a little lower, and I think I should demonstrate actually. Okay, I hope it's noticeable because I can feel it, but yeah, even when I put my hands down, like this one's sitting a little lower, this one's a little higher. So that's kind of fascinating. I think what's happening is that they're the same length, but because this is wider, it's obviously using more here, therefore cutting it off a little bit more. So I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. I need to look at myself. I can't really see through the camera. Okay, I don't really like the way it looks crossbody at the moment. I'm not a big fan of the crossbody, but over the shoulder I think it looks really good. I will say I think it fits my frame just a little better personally. For reference though, I'm a size XL or US 14-16. So I do feel like it maybe suits me a little better. If you're a smaller frame, smaller size, I feel like this could drown you. But even then, if you're a fan of the size, who am I to deter you, you know? All right, well, I think that is the end of this video though. Not much else to say. I think this one really has me stumped, whereas usually I know when I go in, like I come in sure and secure. The only time I've ever felt this way before has been with the Lana 23, I believe is the size. When I purchased the Lana 23, it just didn't 100% sit well with me. I was like, I don't know if this is gonna end up working out. And then I ended up returning it. So I think the 33 is feeling the same. Like I'm feeling that contemplation and that worries me. So only time will tell. I'm gonna give it a try. I won't remove all the little bits just in case I end up returning it. And yeah, I will keep you guys posted on what ends up happening, but this is a beautiful color. I think it's a good size. All right, that's it. I will see you all in my next video. Give it a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment down below with any questions or comments. I'll get back to you for sure. Bye for now.